These images perfectly capture the absolute peak of canine comedy, where the smallest participants always harbor the biggest delusions of grandeur. We witness a series of high-stakes standoffs through sliding glass doors that serve as the only thing preventing a total territorial takeover by creatures that weigh less than a standard bag of flour. In one frame, a majestic Great Dane stares down with the patient confusion of a gargoyle, while a tiny white chihuahua stands on its hind legs to bridge the vertical gap. In another, a muscular pit bull looks genuinely concerned for the mental health of a miniature pinscher that is actively trying to phase through the glass with pure rage.
Stand. Stand. Good boy. Spin. Spin. Sit. Paw. Other paw. High five. No. High five. No. High five. Good boy. Other paw. High five. Good boy. Stand one more time. Stand. 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 What, Lucas? Good boy.
This majestic beast goes from a deep philosophical thinker to a total chaotic gremlin in record time. Watch as his last brain cell exits. Witnessing the absolute peak of canine existence through these frames really puts our human lives into perspective. We start with the classic wide-eyed soul stare that could guilt a statue into sharing its lunch. Then we transition into the mysterious amorphous blob phase, where bones are clearly optional and gravity is merely a suggestion. The dramatic standoff at the doorway adds a cinematic tension usually reserved for high-stakes Western films before we hit the pinnacle of disappointment. That car ride expression screams that someone was promised a trip to the park but ended up at the dreaded vet instead. Finally, we reach the true state of nirvana, which is just a round potato spinning uncontrollably on the kitchen tiles.
Leo's seat, come on, move over. Nacho, that's Leo's seat. Move over, Nacho. Come on.
He practiced his magic trick for hours, but the grand finale was just a golden retriever accidentally sneezing a cherry back onto the plate. Behold the majestic domestic tiger in its natural habitat of laundry piles and questionable life choices. We begin with a classic confused stare into the distance as if contemplating the deep mysteries of the empty food bowl. Next comes the inevitable human intervention, where the belly is a trap and the hand is a voluntary sacrifice. Suddenly the feline switch flips and we transition into a chaotic yoga session involving legs pointing in directions that defy all known laws of physics. It is a masterclass in flexibility and utter lack of dignity.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass.
אפילו תדעי לך שהקניות שלה, איך שאיפה שאת...
אתה גם מבין שזה יותר כאן זול. למה פירות? למה ירקות?
כן, כן.
סליחה, זה לא...
זה לא רק הקניות האלה.
פשוט לעשות קניות מהסופרמרקט. כן, נגיד לך קניות, זה מה זה קאבר? זה סי...
בואו לקנות את זה, ואז תחזור הביתה, להסתדר את זה בבית.
לא, סליחי.
זה ממש... זה ממש...
Look at Tati Ricardo trying to be the ultimate girl dad to Chow. He starts with a gentle lick, then goes full aggressive grooming mode until Chow just accepts his fate. It is the classic struggle of wanting to look cool while your father aggressively cleans your face in front of all your friends.
So happy, happy. Ooh, I could just
In the opening frames, this tiny gray cloud looks like it is contemplating the profound mysteries of the universe, or perhaps just wondering when dinner is served. Suddenly a wild feathered intruder appears from the heavens and pure chaos ensues. Watch as this fluffy warrior transitions from a peaceful marshmallow into a blurry whirlwind of uncoordinated fury. This is peak kitten performance. The Neighborhood Watch program has reached a brand new level of intensity thanks to this furry little auditor who takes his job way too seriously. In the first frame, our protagonist appears perfectly calm while
Mày biết Phú tao là ai không? Beo à Beo? Nó chết kìa. Nó chết kìa chị ơi. Nhậu nhậu. Nhậu nhậu. Ê, thôi đi vô, bye bye nha.
Es mi hermanito, Blanquito. Y yo soy Clarito. Somos súper buenitos, juguetones y nos encanta explorar. Estamos buscando una familia que nos dé mucho amor. Si querés un gatito dulce y divertido, somos nosotros. Escribí al 0992871579. Adoptanos.
These tiny kittens are clearly confused about their species because they are scaling those walls like professional spiders. Someone tell them they lack 8 legs and a web before they conquer the entire house.
Sau đêm định mình để tìm anh lạc giữa mênh mang, em là ai giữa dòng đời rộng mà yêu thương cứ mãi dở dang, cho anh chờ đợi giữa cơn say gọi mãi tên em là ai hay là định mệnh mà sao anh cứ mãi đi tìm.
Catching this tiny orange chaos agent on camera is basically an Olympic sport. First a blurry ear, then some whiskers, and suddenly a close-up of a nose you did not ask for. My gallery is now 50% fur and 0% focus.
6 more weeks of winter.
Yes.
The Wonky has spoken. Sorry about it.
The internet exists for 2 reasons: providing a bottomless pit of information and documenting the absolute chaotic audacity of domestic felines. One moment you are attempting to give your tabby a professional manicure while they stare at the nail file with the judgmental intensity of a high-end salon critic, and the next, you are witnessing a kitten perform a dramatic reenactment of a Shakespearean tragedy just because they touched a slightly damp toe. It does not stop there. We have cats out here waving to the camera like they are running for local office, and others sitting on sofas pondering the very fabric of spacetime. Then, for the grand finale.
Oh, and I'm studying to be a attorney. My name's Cody, and I'm training to be in the Feline Bureau of Investigation.
I'm Daniel, and I make hairball art!
I have spent my entire morning carefully observing the strategic movements of the local domestic feline population within this specific tiled enclosure, and I have come to a very scientific conclusion about their overall motivation. It is quite apparent that the tabby specimen in the first few frames is currently operating on a very high level of manipulative charm specifically designed to secure an immediate increase in the daily ration of treats. You can see the pure focus in those wide eyes as it calculates the exact angle of the head tilt required to break a human soul. Then we have the sudden transition to the white cat lying on the floor who has clearly given up on the concept of productivity entirely for the rest of the fiscal year.
É bonitinho. É novo ele. Quem quiser ele para adotar, entre em contato aí no privado. Olha como ele é mansinho, tá vendo? Você vai ficar com ele porque eu tenho dois. Tenho dois gatos, é muito gasto, ração demais. Olha o meu ali dormindo. Ele é meu. E aquele ali tá com ciúme, tá com raiva porque ele apareceu esse. Aquele é meu. E aquele ali que tá atrás ali é de manhã. É gato que só porra. E apareceu esse daqui, ó. Vou botar o nome dele de Marginal. Vai adotar quem quiser, ele é mansinho demais, mansinho. Mansinho demais. E ó. Quem quiser ele, só entrar aí, viu? No PV.
Хаскі гуляє сама. Це на собачому майданчику біля Чередніченківській 7. Може хто загубив собаку, дивіться. Сам хлопчик.
When you are trying to relax but your sibling decides that it is actually time for a wrestling match.
Mọi người ơi, em còn một bò sữa mông cọc nè, bé gái nè, xinh lắm nè, đó, đẹp lắm, bò sữa, có móng đeo luôn á, nè, này, có móng đeo luôn á mọi người, xinh chưa, mông cọc tự nhiên á, nè.
Cameras are expensive but puppies are priceless, although this tiny white fluffball seems much more interested in exploring the grass than becoming a professional photographer today. Just when you think the solo mission is going well, a wild spotted friend appears out of nowhere to steal the spotlight and probably the snacks too. They are living their absolute best lives with zero worries about lighting or composition, while we are all just here for the adorable chaos. Forget the high-end gear and technical settings because these two are the only influencers I will be following from now on. Puppies definitely win every single time.
Eine neue Folge Armes Deutschland. Stempeln oder abrackern. Dienstag, 20:15 Uhr. Und auf RTL Plus streamen. Und vertraust lange kein Essen mehr. Leben am Existenzminimum. Zwischen Kampf und Kapitulation. Jeder Tag eine neue Hürde.
Genau, Magen-Bypass, weil der nicht viel Nahrung aufnimmt. Aufgeben ist keine Option. Jetzt sitzt man auf der Ende voll an.
Behold the fluffy clouds of chaos currently staging a tiny living room takeover. Two white marshmallows are practicing their high-stakes pouncing techniques while their ginger sibling judges silently from the back. These miniature lions are clearly running the show around here now. Don Coco is clearly struggling with this heat wave and your foot is not helping the situation at all, so please just let the poor cat sleep.
Thì